Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. We are in January. ¿Cómo están el día de hoy? I told you guys last video I asked you guys last video if you guys were interested in joining me in the Daniel fast, which starts January 9. So I'm making this video for you guys before the time starts. That way you guys have enough time to go out and buy your groceries or know what you can eat, what you cannot eat, what is a Daniel fasting and all that. So I'm here to kind of give you guys a little bit of info, a little bit of insight. This morning I went to Trader Joe's and bought a few stuff, not everything, but enough to get me through like the first week and a half. So I want to show you guys what I bought. I'm gonna do a little haul. Les voy a enseñar que compré, pero first and foremost, I want to tell you guys what it's about, how it's beneficial, what it does, what's it for, all that stuff. So I got my little notes here on my iPad yesterday. I stayed up till like, I don't know what time, and I was just like doing research because I've done this about 2 or 3 times, but you guys, I'm not an expert. I don't know, don't quote me on stuff, but always do your own research as well. I can tell you my knowledge, but it may not be accurate, so always do your own research and figure it out yourself. But for you guys that are interested in knowing what I know, I'm gonna let you guys know. So church that I go to called Dayspring Church, it is a Christian church. They do something called the Daniel fasting. A lot of churches that are Christian do this. It is similar to other religions that do like the Quaresma or Ramadan, stuff like that, but they do it in like, you know, their own way and their own style. So I do want to tell you guys what it is. So look at my notes. I feel all prepared, como que estoy en una meeting con ustedes. So I want to introduce what Daniel fasting is. It's about your relationship with God and not your performance with God. So you do it how you think is best. The most important thing about this fasting is getting closer to God. So last year I felt that was a big thing for me. I got closer to God. I got baptized, and it was such an amazing feeling, and having God in my life has really changed like everything about my life and how I see things. So that's why I want to do it this year, like to the T. I've done it other years. Otros años lo he hecho igual, the Daniel fasting, pero nunca lo he hecho like all the days or like how it's really supposed to be. The other times I've done the fasting, I've never given up coffee just because, you know, I don't know, I just never have. And this time, you know, I'm going to do it how it should be, no caffeine. So yeah, no coffee for 21 days. Daniel fasting is based in the book of Daniel. This diet is based on a biblical story in the book of Daniel. So if you go to the Bible, you can find the book of Daniel. In the book of Daniel, there are 5 verses that describe the diet. It is chapter 1, verses 12 through 16. If you're interested, if you want to like further read into that, I recommend you going to the book of Daniel and reading that story. So pretty much I'm gonna tell you guys what briefly Daniel does in the book of Daniel. So Daniel dedicates his beliefs in God. Daniel rejects the rich, indulgent food offered by the king, such as meats, dairy, wine, and other delicacies. Instead, Daniel and his friends choose to consume foods that they believe God intended for consumption, such as like whole grains and all that stuff. So they didn't want to eat what the king ate. When the kings are rich, they eat meats, high things in fat, like, you know, dairy, wine. So what Daniel did, he didn't want to eat any of that. He wanted to eat only what God made for the man, which everything that's like from the ground. Most of the foods you can eat on the Daniel fast are inexpensive and easy to use. There are so many rules out there. Some, if you research, some will say you can have coffee, some say you can't. So it's really up to you. For me, it says no caffeine where I read it, so that's why I'm gonna do no caffeine, even though caffeine is, you know, a bean come from the ground and all that. This diet is mostly based on beans, lentils, and stuff like that, which is cheap and convenient food that can be added to any dish. So if you guys think that, oh my god, I'm gonna have to go and buy all these vegan foods, all this stuff, you don't have to. You really don't. You can do just beans, rice, and vegetables. You could keep it very simple. I know they try to make the recipes and food stuff more interesting, so they make it complicated, but you really don't have to make it complicated. It really is simple. You kind of just stop eating all the rich foods like sugars and coffee and wine and alcohol. Like, check every single little detail. As long as you're not eating anything made out of an animal, for the most part, I think it's okay, especially if it's your first time and you don't know what to do. Just in your mind, like, just say, is it made from an animal? Is it part of an animal? And if it isn't, don't eat it. Once you get more into it, you start reading more of the ingredients, like saying if it has yeast, if it has like all this stuff. But I think if it's your first time doing it, I don't want you to get discouraged and be like, I don't know what to eat, I don't know what to do, this and that. Keep it simple. Just if it's made out of an animal or part of an animal, that you can't eat it. So fasting is a natural discipline that can bring supernatural results. One in the Bible, a lot of people did it. Jesus fasted, Moses, Elijah, Esther, David, Daniel, Peter, Paul, they all fasted. People do fasting for a lot of reasons. In fact, before you guys begin to fast, I want you guys to get a paper, a journal, a notebook, whatever you want, and make a list of prayer requests you are asking God to answer. So in this list, you're going to poner like your prayer petitions, something you really want God to answer. I don't know what that may be for you. Maybe you want your husband to come with you to church. Maybe you want to start going to church. Maybe you want to stop an addiction you have. Maybe, I don't know what your case is, but write it down, and that's where your focus is going to be during the fast. So every time you start experiencing hunger or you start craving these foods that you're not eating, that's when God is going to put his work, and that's when you're going to pray in those areas. So when you start craving a donut or something, that's when you start to pray, or you remember your purpose of why you're doing this fast. So that's really the most important thing, is building a closer connection to God. And it's not really about the foods. It is really great to do it. That's why my church likes to do it in the beginning of the year, because, you know, that's when people want to like reset their body and they want to cleanse their body too. When you do a fast and you stop eating all the junk we're used to eating, you can clean out your liver, your digestive tract, and all that, and it really is gonna be so good for you. You're gonna feel so great, especially if you're exercising. The first 2-3 days, I wouldn't suggest to exercise, because your body's kind of gonna go into shock if you're used to eating a lot of carbs and sugar and soda and all that. So take it easy the first 2-3 days, but just know the reason why you're doing it, and it'll make it easier. So I want to tell you guys what you can't eat first, and then when you can eat. So first and foremost, you cannot any sodas. You cannot have any alcohol. You not have any sugars or artificial sugars, and you cannot have any caffeine. With that being said, you're like, all right, so I can't have any of that. What do I eat? Air and grass? Like, people, it's not really that complicated, you guys. You can make so many recipes. I know we're so used to eating meat. I know I am. Mostly all my meals have meat or some sort of dairy or some sort of carb. It's not that you cannot eat carbs. It's that you cannot have the yeast, what makes the bread rise. So I'm going to tell you guys what to avoid. So avoid eating any type of meat, which is bacon, beef, chicken, lamb, pork, turkey. And that's no. You cannot have any butter, cheese, cream, milk, yogurt. No fish, no eggs, no seafood. No artificial sweeteners, no brown rice syrup, no brown sugar, no corn syrup, no honey, no raw sugar. I know that's hard. Deep fried food. So you really want to avoid anything that's deep fried. You could use oil to like saute your vegetables. Is white flour, also no white flour, no white rice. Juice. You could have juice if it's 100% juice, but try to not really drink it. Mostly try to stick to only water. You could have teas and stuff like that, but no coffee. Most importantly, you want to just mostly eat fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables for sure, anytime, as many as you want, as much as you want, you can have that. You can also have whole grains. So whole grains, you could have whole grain pasta, whole grain wheat, wild rice, oats, quinoa, brown rice, barley, purple rice, all that stuff. If it's whole grain, you could have it. So you could also have all types of beans: black beans, brown beans, garbanzo beans, kidney beans, lentil beans, peanuts, pinto beans, split beans. You could also have nuts and seeds, which would be macadamia nuts, peanuts, pecans, pistachios, walnuts, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds. And then you could also have any types of fruit. You could do canned beans if that's what you want to do too. Canned beans are okay. Fruits, you could have any fruit you want. It could be fresh, frozen, dried, canned, however you want it. Just make sure it doesn't have any added sugar if you get like canned fruit. Oils, you could have olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, just to saute stuff, not to deep fry anything. For breads, you could have any breads that are whole grain, that are made without yeast and sugar and preservatives. And for spices, you can have any herbal spices, any seasoning, salt and pepper. Pink salt is preferable. Or craving chips or stuff like that. Anything that's baked, you could have. So baked chips are acceptable. I know, guys, it is a lot of information, but like I said, try to think of it as a fast to get closer to God. Don't focus too much on the diet. Yes, the diet is good, but this is not really a diet. It's a fast, and fasting have a purpose to it. A fast is you're doing it for a purpose. A lot of people do fast where they eat nothing, only water. There's different types of fast. This is a fast where you can eat. You're not limited to how much you could eat, but you're limited on what you can eat. So that's the difference. So those are my notes. If you guys have any questions, don't understand something, please send me a message on Instagram. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. I really want you guys to join me and experience this yourself. That way next year you guys could do it again with me, because I'm planning to do this every year. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, also in the comments down below, you guys could ask me and I'll answer them if I can. And yeah, so now we're gonna get into what I bought at Trader Joe's. That way you guys kind of get an idea, because I can just sit here and talk. But if you guys see something, you guys will kind of get a visual of what I mean when I mean like whole grains, whole wheat, blah blah blah. You know, I'm a visual person too, visual learner. So when I see examples, I'm like, okay. Also, I'm gonna be doing what I eat in the Daniel fast, a whole day of what I eat, what I cook. That way you guys kind of get an idea as well. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'll also be on Instagram posting my recipes of what I'm eating. So if you guys aren't already, go and follow me on Instagram right now, so you guys are always up to date what I'm doing and stuff. So let's get into it. So frozen vegetables are a must. So I got organic frozen peas. Then we got kale, gnocchi. So if you guys want to look at the ingredients in the back, you can read it. It just says kale, potato, chickpea flour, sea salt, and olive oil. So this is okay. These are just roasted potatoes with onions, something a lazy thing, you know, if you don't want to cut up potatoes and all that. This is super easy. And if they say vegan, then most likely it is something that is okay. I also get the vegetable fried rice. It's vegan. This one doesn't have eggs, so this one's good. If it has a vegan theme, like I said, more likely it's okay. This is also a rice that I like. It's like a brown rice with mushroom, and that's it. I also got some vegan stuff just in case I really don't have time to cook that day. I got veggie burgers. I could just do it without the bun. And then I got a tofu scramble with soy chorizo. You guys don't have to go to Trader Joe's. You guys could go to whatever store you want. I know every store has like options, but Trader Joe's for me is like one that I know for sure is going to have everything I'm looking for, and it's not that expensive. So I like going to Trader Joe's. We also got organic corn, so I can make a corn chowder. So this is what I got. I got some zucchini spiral noodles so we can make pasta. And then we got some fresh carrots. These are already cut up. I got, just in case I do want to make a quesadilla or I need cheese on top, whatever. This is almond shredded cheese. This is a cheese alternative. Trader Joe's has a lot of cool stuff like that. And then we got some raw sunflowers. You can put this on top of like a salad or whatever you want. We got some mushrooms. And then we got some just dried mango slices. I also got some frozen berries. And then we got an acai bowl. This is for the kids, but it's a juice. It's an organic juice, and it has pomegranate, cherry, grape, purple carrot, cranberry, blueberry. I also got 3 vegetable broths. These are perfect to be making sopas and stuff, so I got 3 of them. I got some cherry tomatoes. We're gonna put this on our avocado toast or our salad. I got some Persian cucumbers. I got some coconut and almond creamer. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this. It's up to you guys if you guys want to use this or not. I'm debating if I'm going to use it in my teas or not, because it does have vanilla. But since it's coconut and almond, you know, it's kind of there. If you're trying to be really strict, then don't do it. But if you're like, okay, well, I usually buy like Delight or like something that's not that healthy, this is a better alternative, so it's up to you. And instead of using soy sauce, I got this thing called coconut aminos. It tastes exactly like soy sauce, but it's healthier. It's made out of coconut. I got some banana chips, raw pecan that I got a red lentil pasta. Then we got some frozen mangoes. We got some yogurt made out of cashew, another yogurt made out of cashew. And then we got some salsa, cream cheese, vegan cream cheese. I got some broccoli. Then we got almond butter. I prefer almond butter over peanut butter, but some peanut butters have a lot of like preservatives and extra stuff. If we just read the label, I made sure I read the label on this one. So I looked at the ingredients, and literally all it has is almond, so that's perfect. We also got a bag of brown rice. We got a bag of raw almonds. We got some prunes. I'm gonna be making some oatmeal pancakes, and the recipe needed prunes and it needed some cherries, so that's why I got this. What else did we get? These are Noah's little snacks. He loves these. I always get them for him at Trader Joe's. They're peanut butter puffs. I got these as a chips alternative for me and Joseph. They're veggie and flax corn tortillas. So they're made out of carrots, tomatoes, spinach, garlic, red beets, and onion. So this is good. This is what we're gonna be like if we are like craving chips or chips and salsa. I also got these. They're pita bite crackers. They're made with whole wheat and flaxseed, so that's a good alternative. So like it said no honey, but I think agave is a little bit healthier than honey. It doesn't come from an animal, it comes from a plant. So if you do need some sort of sweetener and you want to use something, this is a good thing. It's blue agave. You could put this on your teas. I got this tea as well. This is what I'm going to be drinking instead of coffee. I'm going to be drinking spiced chai with a little bit of oat milk and a little bit of agave. So the type of bread that you're allowed to eat on the Daniel fast is Ezekiel bread. So after you open it, put it in your fridge because this goes bad pretty quick because it's made out of like sprouts and grains. Ezekiel, like tortilla wraps. I just made some wraps today for me and Joseph and they were really good. So they sell both of these at Trader Joe's. I also got some canned beans. And then this I got at Home Goods. I got this golden milk latte. I'm excited to try it. It has turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, black pepper, coconut milk. You just add some cinnamon, some oat milk, and a little bit of agave. I also got this to be like snacking on. It's just like a little mix with coconuts, almonds, walnuts, pumpkins, sunflower, and seeds. I also got this, if I do want sugar on something, I got this date sugar. It's made out of dates. So you can find a lot of cool alternatives than using honey or regular sugar. And then I also got coconut flakes to put on my oatmeal smoothies. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys found this video to be helpful and useful. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm sharing the little knowledge that I know with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do have any questions, comments, concerns about it, please leave them in the comments down below or send me a message directly on Instagram and I will hope to answer your guys' questions. But I'm excited for you guys to join me in this fast. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a great outcome. I can already feel it. Like I'm already preparing myself. I went out to buy the groceries a little bit ahead of time. That way we kind of start already detoxing our body. So when we do start the diet, it doesn't hit us. Like it knocks us out. Because when you kind of do something like from one day to the other, your body is gonna go into shock and it's gonna be like, what are you doing to me? Where is all my sweets? Where's all my bread and chips and soda and stuff that you always give me? So if you are planning on doing this, start like slowly titrating yourself into doing the fast. Start cutting off some sugars and stuff. That way it doesn't feel like such shock when you do it. Sunday, January 9 is when we are starting. I am not going to be home. I'm going to be coming back from Mexicali, but I'm still going to be doing it. I'm still going to start the diet that way. You guys can eat out. Don't think that you just have to eat at home. There's so many options out there at restaurants and fast food places. You just have to order what you like in your head. You know, okay, I can't have this bread, so just order like an oatmeal. I don't know, guys. It doesn't have to be that complicated. I know I'm gonna be out, so I'm already thinking like, okay, I know Starbucks. If I do go to Starbucks, like what would I order? I would get a chai tea latte with oat milk hot and an oatmeal. You know how they sell oatmeals? That's pretty much what I would get if I was gonna go to Starbucks. Or I would get a tea, an iced tea with no sweetener, something like that. There's options out there, guys. So you could eat out, you could go out to eat, just don't get anything that has meats or dairies, pretty much. So I'm gonna leave you guys this video here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I love you guys. I'm excited for you guys, for this journey for you guys too. And yeah, let's do this.